who I'm helping lately. So lately, I found myself applying for less gigs and having people actually find me and come to me for my data analytics expertise and marketing, specifically around Google Analytics and Google Tag Manager. And what's interesting is my recent customers, clients have been actually tech companies, West Coast tech companies, software companies who need Google Analytics to track their leads. And I just brought this up because it highlights to me the importance of having a specialty. Even if you're a generalist, you know, generalists get a bad rap, the jack of all trades, master of none. I think it's okay to be a generalist, but you want to be a generalist with at least one specialty. That's the caveat. And preferably a specialty that pays well, right? If you're just a generalist and you're floating around here aimlessly and none of your activities have anything relevant to each other, they're not connected at all, they don't build on each other, I think that's kind of wasteful of your own time and effort. But I say that because although these were software companies, right, and they built sophisticated tech that I couldn't build, they still needed my help as a marketer, as a digital marketer, because I understood a specific type of tech that they didn't. And these, I believe, were employees, right? It's not like the CEO reached out to me. These were employees who wanted training to further their knowledge and their abilities. So just keep that in mind. Even though I'm not a software guy, I didn't start coding until maybe 2015, right? But technically, I've been really good with Excel since 2007. So there's some kind of overlap there, maybe, although it's not technically coding and scripting. It can be close to it if you think about it, and if you go deeply, especially if you know some of the more advanced Excel functions. Don't let anyone tell you that it's not. All right, it's close enough. Although it's not a programming language, you can do functions. So anyway, it just highlighted to me that even specialists still need help with stuff that's not specifically within their specialty, right? These companies didn't have the staff. They didn't have the people on staff who knew what I knew and could do what I did. And so that their staff reached out to me for help. And this is not the first time this has happened, right? I've had people straight up tell me, well, nobody on our staff knows how to do that, and casually in conversation about things that I do. And so this is just what happens when your skills and your interests and your activities compound on each other. They build on one another. They're related, and it just makes you a stronger, I guess, more sophisticated T-shaped marketer. And when you just keep pushing the boundaries and pushing the limits on the things you do and what interests you. And the problem I always wanted to solve ever since my first role was getting access to data so that I can figure out what we should be doing next, right? I wasn't the most creative. I'm not a, influencer. I'm not a super huge content creator, but I did want to have data to inform my decisions as a marketer. So that's something for you guys to keep in mind, and whatever your strengths or interests are and whatever opportunities present themselves to you in your current situation. If you're going to be a generalist, be a generalist with a specialty. Figure out what makes you curious and what drives you, gives you energy. And if you do it long enough and you get good and you can guarantee results, eventually, if you have the right market, you can have a specialty that also gets you paid well. All right? Take care, guys.